Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the International Fab Talks. We are back again with a wonderful celebrity and guest with lots of experience and expertise with regard to something that is very special that we will be sharing in a short while from now. Join me, friends, to welcome our celebrity and guest is Mr. Tushar G Naik, joining us all the way from Amchi, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. He's a consultant and an advisor. We'll get to know more about him in detail in just a few minutes. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session, dear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Andrea.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for taking out the time to be here with us and share your knowledge and expertise, your experiences, and your views on life. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Pleasure.
So I'd like to go ahead and share your profile in a very brief way, and then we start the session.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. My dear friends, have you noticed how an individual should respect another individual without any ego, to be very humble? There are several people, the youngsters, the youth out there have a lot of ego in today's world, what we have noticed. We should learn a lot from our celebrities and guests who are so down to earth, humble, and they have just pushed ego out of the window in order to survive and to sustain themselves on this planet. With ego, you reach nowhere, my dear friends. So let's get to know about our celebrity and guest, who's a lovely person, warm person, Tushar sir. Sir loves to be called as Tushar. But the startups. He's a consultant and advisor for startups and established pharmaceutical companies, both domestic and as well as international ones. He's completed his BSc in chemistry, that is from the Mumbai University. He's also completed his MBA from an American university, that is from USA. He specializes in marketing and he's completed marketing specialization from Hyderabad. And he's also a business growth leader with rich experience of over 3 decades, that is 37 years in, driving sales or driving all aspects with regard to sales, marketing, product launches, profit and loss, and industrial association of a pharmaceutical business. He's a proficient person managing super specialty, chronic and acute businesses of multiple therapeutic segments with capability to own the entire product portfolio and regulatory affairs. With an entrepreneurial mindset to meet sales targets, he is able to safeguard the brand value and grow market share. That's wonderful. Sir also has expertise in launching and establishing biosimilars business in India, Asia, etc. He started his career. I may repeat that in the right way. Sir started his career in the medical zone where he was known as a medical representative and attained the level of vice president. So he started his career initially as a simple MR, that is a medical representative, and attained the level of the vice president with regard to sales and marketing, managing businesses of roundabout 200 crores in Indian rupees with over 600 employees or people connected to that particular zone or that particular business. And Sir worked in several well-established organizations, and Sir is also given his expertise to the field of literature. He is an author. That is really surprising. He has written wonderful books, and Sir has written a book that was ever written in, the industry, pharmaceutical industry, that was ever written in the pharmaceutical industry, that is on medical representatives, titled Medical Representative, an Indispensable Medium for the Pharmaceutical Industry. I'd like to repeat all of that. Sir is an author, a great one at that, and he has written the first ever book written in the pharmaceutical industry, which is connected with medical representatives, titled Medical Representative, an Indispensable Medium for the Pharmaceutical Industry. And Sir became a very well-established author, and his book is being sold as the #1 book on the Amazon portal. And that was also being inaugurated and celebrated by the former governor of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari. Sir has been also invited as a special guest lecturer, as guest speaker in the management institutes in Mumbai. There are several people who invite him to give guest lectures. He's done a wonderful job over there. And Sir is very proficient in English, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, Marwari, Punjabi, Konkani, Bengali, etc. And above all, he's a wonderful human being, a great polyglot, and a warm individual. This is what we love about people who are warm, down to earth, and ready to share their expertise with one and all to empower others. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your time. Now, I've shared something about you from my end in an official way, but people would love to hear it from you. Who is the real Tushar?
Well, professionally, if you describe me, I'm a professional with a strategic mindset, people's manager. That's what I'm remembered professionally. Personally, I'm ever wanted man in my friend circle, social circle, as well as in my any association of childhood memories where people are craving about my presence along with them during their free time.
That's wonderful. That's really nice, sir.
Yeah.
To be a people's person, that is really nice. That's how you get to know more people and your life becomes more beautiful when you connect with people and network with people in the right way with the right kind of people.
Correct.
So that's really nice. Now you are in the pharma industry for more than 37 years. The question that I'd like to pose now is, why did you choose the pharmaceutical industry? What made you do that?
It's very interesting question, Andrea. See, I can tell you that in 1986, perhaps I was enjoying my last vacation of my academic career, where I was supposed to get graduated as a BSc graduate. And one afternoon, I was relaxing after lunch watching TV, and my cousin brother just knocked the door, who was a medical representative with Leica Labs. Now, when he came and he asked me that enjoying your last vacation, what next once you get your results? And he absolutely kept me on a cold feet. To be very honest with you, I didn't know where to go and where path will lead me for my further career. So he told me that you are a go-getter, you are very good at communication, you mingle with people so well. So, you will be very successful becoming medical reps, and then you can choose your career, how you want to advance from medical rep to the different levels in the pharmaceutical industry. Yes, when it comes to my professional life, he came as a messenger and I picked it from there. And before I got my BSc result, I was selected in a first company where I have worked as a medical representative with the condition that if I fail, I may lose my job. But that occasion never came. And then rest is all history.
Rest is history. Yes, dear sir. Now, sir, being in the pharmaceutical industry is not an easy one.
Yeah.
It's quite tough. How did you manage all the challenges that you faced?
See, basically, that credit goes to my first organization, GUFIC, where I have worked. Though it was a relatively very small company, but the kind of training which was imparted to us, knowledge which was disseminated to us, it has helped me even till today. What was told to me, that whichever molecules you handle, whichever products you sell, you should be master of that. Secondly, of course, I say my first boss, Mr. Dilip Doshi, who has nurtured and shaped me as a perfect salesman, what I am today, he has invested a lot of time in me. Being a Mumbaiite, I was like, enjoying flashy time, life in Mumbai. And I was given a Raigad district, which is the remote area. At that point of time, the only source which you could travel public transport was a ST bus, because I did not have my own vehicle. So he said, you go work in that area and you learn to swim alone. I will come and give you hand holding. But I think, over a period of time, you have learned. Many doctors have shouted you. Many retailers told you to get out from their shop, and so many things. But eventually, I took it all these things as a learning. And yes, one fact that you used to meet, and of course, doctors, which is one of the most learned community, which are considered to be the god for the laymen's, dealing with them. So the way you have to carry yourself, the way you have to talk to them, it was a mock session used to happen. And subsequent company was Main Baker British multinational. Of course, father was from background of army and teacher, and my upbringing was very disciplined. And joining British multinational has further potentiated, the true salesman and a disciplined person in me. So that's how I have managed. And I have learned from all the experience, whether it's a bitter, sweeter, or tough ones.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Is it bitter, sweet, or tough? All those situations, you faced it. You swam across the ocean wonderfully, and you've come out with 37 years. That's really nice. Wonderful, sir. So now, as you've said, you have come across rude doctors. They might have been very blunt. And you said the retailers, they also, sometimes are very harsh. They don't give us a minute also to speak to them, or they're like just chase us away from that particular spot where we are trying to tell them something about our product. How did you feel when people were rude to you when you were young?
Well, I mean, being a human being, being absolutely fresh from a great life of college, and but at the same time, I never gave up meeting those customers because there the potential actually was lying, and I persisted. I worked hard. Maybe I have learned that what mistakes I have committed. Maybe I didn't know at that point of time the comfortable time where they would love to meet the pharma people. So all these things, I met a couple of seniors of pharma industry colleagues. They have guided me well that if you want to meet, be specific, talk for 2 minutes, don't highlight too much. This is the treat between 3 to 5. First, go around 3 o'clock and place your card. Then the receptionist will tell you what time you need to come. So, yeah, I mean, at times you felt hurt, you felt demoralized and disappointed. But eventually, maybe over a period of 5 to 6 months' time, these are the doctors and the customers who used to wait for me that when this young man will come for his next visit.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful to hear. Brilliant. That's really nice. Now, sir, you are an inspiration with 37 plus years. You're a role model for many of the youngsters out there. Who is your inspiration in the pharmaceutical industry?
Yeah, I think during my 37 years journey with the pharmaceutical industry, there are many people, those who have inspired me during my journey. But one person whom I deeply admired as a great leader, that is none other than late Sri Mr. Sanjeev Dani, who was president of India formulation business of Ranbaxy. And he selected me to spearhead an operation and the new launch of business unit committed for the bone health. Now that is the super specialty business which was launched by Ranbaxy. Ranbaxy was the very, very dynamic organization having strong command in India and internationally with acute and chronic segments. But these are the business unit for which I was selected. He gave me full freedom, trust, and he has given me complete power and authority to execute the launch. Secondly, more important and remarkable about, he was an outstanding leader. He was process oriented. He gave you enough freedom for execution. And he always used to say that follow the process. The best quality which was there in Mr. Dani's case, he was very, very uplifting in adversities. In 7 years I worked with him, I have yet to recall an incident where he was downright rude or arrogant with me. Knowing the Ranbaxy's dynamism as an organization he was heading, whenever I used to go in his cabin for a review or interactions with him, I used to come out fresh, motivated, charged, and deliver my best for the next review. So this kind of, so he was a great inspiration to me in my life.
Excellent, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. Thank you very much. Now, sir, we come on the lighter note.
Yeah.
During your stint in the pharmaceutical industry, you had the time to go out and watch movies, entertain yourself with your family?
Well, I think to be very honest with you, it is a very tough act balancing your personal and professional life. And complete credit goes to my family, especially my wife, who took complete responsibility of my daughter when she was born, along with my parents. And it's been 30 years of happy married life. She has never complained. Uh, because of her support, I could choose a career. I have grown in my life. And yes, there are times where I was tilted towards my professional responsibilities than my personal life. However, what is essential is the company's environment and a culture. Whichever company and organizations I work for, you name it, Sharing Plow, Muck Sharp and Dome, you say US Vitamins, you say Ranbaxy, you say Zydus Life Sciences. The company culture was so conducive that I rarely failed to manage this balance. However, whenever situation came, like my daughter who has studied in Australia and now settled in Australia, I had to travel internationally at the time of her graduation. Perhaps that event never comes in life of your daughter, and for parents as well. Unfortunately, I have to balance it that way, that my wife had to go to Australia and I couldn't make it because at that time I was in USA. But thanks to my wife as well as my daughter, they took it very sportingly. And because that attending that meeting in US was more important as a senior leader. So yeah, I mean, some sacrifices, but I'm lucky for having great family who has supported me on all such tough acts.
Yes, that's really nice to have a supportive family and understanding our goals with regard to our profession. If they understand
Yeah,
that, and they would really be very supportive. So I think you have a wonderful family.
yeah.
That's nice. So now, how was your experience in the US? How do you think? Now, if I ask you to tell me, is it India, US? What would you say? Like, where would you see the
See,
best?
yeah, Andre, I tell you once experience. I went to US and I was in Colorado, and it was a five-star hotel from where I was checking out, and it was my first trip to US. So that lady, power goes there as well. It's not that power doesn't go in US. So somehow the system was, stopped and it didn't work. And there was some account to be settled, that is $120 and $50. So both put together $170. So meanwhile, she started interacting with me. I said it's a 50 plus 120, $170. And that lady was desperately hunting for a computer or a calculator. I said, sir, this is, and she was trying to keep me engaged, during this lapses. And she told me that, sir, this is the first trip to US. How you have liked US? What is the difference between US and India? The question which you have asked me. So maybe 10 years ago, I told that lady that only one difference between Indians and US people, that you use machine more than the mind. We Indian use mind and less machine, and you use only machine and not mind. And she just smile, and you know how Americans behave. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We want to be perfect. Is the money matter? And then somehow this light came, and see this 120 plus 50, oh, 170. There you go. And so that's what today uh, when you see India, we have made a significant progress. You name it, autonomics. You make say marine. You say technology. You say drug research and discoveries. I don't think anywhere we are inferior. Yes, I mean, the daunting challenge and task is our growing population. So last one decade is quite prosperous, and yes, we are today standing where whole world is respecting Indians.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing that anecdote with your stay in the US. That's really nice that you shared that man and machine. And of course, today we are all connected with lots of machines now, and technology, science and technology is overtaken. And with the advent of the AI, and
Yeah,
we are all begun to, give art. I mean, we don't think through our minds. We just get the ready-made
right.
material from there, whatever content we need from AI, and then post it here, and just we do that. We are using our mind very less. We are not putting it to the full use. Of course, the human mind is capable of many things, but then we are limiting its use, focusing on machines. Yes. Nevertheless, it saves times, but still,
Yeah,
if you use your mind, you're very original, genuine, you're more imaginative, you could get, beautiful thoughts and use with regard to any given topic, etc. Now, sir, we come down to your childhood. What kind of a child were you? Were you the naughty one? Tushar was very naughty, or Tushar was very
I
good?
was very inquisitive,
Oh,
adventurous, and mischievous.
could you
Uh,
share any
the,
incident with us?
See, all of us know chameleon.
Very true.
And I was just 5 years old and I was playing outside in the ground and I saw chameleon. So I holded chameleon, like this, and I came where I used to stay near my residence, and everybody shouting. Of course, my mother knew that I would have definitely committed something, and she came out, and I had to throw chameleons. So that is the one mischief which I can narrate. Adventures, the next to my building where I used to stay, construction of new building was going on. And apart from other materials, what you require is a black sand. And it was like gathered so much. So we used to play and jump. So I thought that jumping in the sand, nothing happens. So not fully constructed building, I went on a second floor and I jump in that sand.
Oh, oh.
And my mother could see it. And yes, I was deserving few slaps and warnings and but yeah, that's the childhood. Very interesting.
Great.
So
I
this,
could visualize that boy jumping from the second floor into the
yeah,
sea.
yeah. And since my father was in military earlier, so I used to wear his cap and I used to wear inquisitive. I used to wear his uniform and I used to take everything in my hand and then I used to walk across my society, and that's the way my childhood was. Yes, little instinct is still there, but yeah, it was very wonderful, memorable, and worth cherishing it. My mother quotes my examples to my daughter and all the younger generations in our relations.
Yes. So, when you were like scolded by your mom, or when she gave you a good beating after you jumped from the second floor on the sand, how did you feel? Did you apologize and say, I'm sorry, I will not do it
No,
again?
no, no. She said, "You swear by me that you will not do." And next day I did it.
Oh, God.
So I, because yeah, I remained adventurous. I like swimming. My mother never being a only son, I was too pampered. I was, uh, you know, uh, and because of my behavior and I was naughty, she always used to keep a watch on me. So I used to save little money, what I used to get my pocket expense, and I go as a guest with my other friends and I learned swimming. And when I learned swimming, I told my mom that you accompany one day and in front of you I will jump in a swimming pool and you will realize that I know swimming. And that's how. But yes, restrictions were there, being only son. I was always stopped not doing the things. Father used to encourage, but he used to say, stop bothering your mom, because he used to remain busy. But I kept on doing it. Perhaps that was born by nature, so you can't help it.
Do you trouble your mom even today?
Trouble in the sense that, mother is mother. And I stayed in Ahmedabad for 7 years when I worked with Zydus Life Science. And being a mother, she's 84 years, very strong. But Ahmedabad, 8:30 in the morning, she used to call me, say, you had your breakfast. 1:30 afternoon, she used to call me, did you eat? What did you eat? And night, I had to tell her good night. And then only she used to go to sleep. The day when I missed it, she used to call that it's 11:30. Why didn't you call me? So that's a mother. So I don't trouble her. I keep her updated. But she keeps on inquiring about me. Where are you going? What you are going to eat? You eat something and go. Don't leave house like that. So fortunate. Mother and son bonding ever.
You're a lucky one. You're a lucky son. That's really nice. Yes. And of course, you've also given back a lot of love to her by telling her where you are and what, I mean,
Yeah.
bonding very well. That's what. See, I being a mother, I could understand. I could resonate with you because I do that to my children.
Correct.
I keep texting them good morning, good afternoon, or good night, like that. What did they eat and all of that?
Yeah.
Yes. That's really nice, sir. I'm so happy that you've shared all of that. Now, sir, we'll come down to your writing skills. How about this journey that you became an author? How was it?
Yeah.
Did you have this in mind earlier or
See, basically, I'm blessed by Goddess Saraswati. So communication, whether written or spoken, has always remained my strength. And my subordinates, my peers, many of them used to say, sir, why don't you write something? But you know how professionally occupied you are and you rarely get time to think and write. Then after I came back during COVID time, when I left Zydus Biosciences and I came to Mumbai back, you know, one of my friend dragged me one Sunday afternoon to, he said, you come, we have to visit one place. And I went with him and I met a lady of, say, she was in her late 60s. And I was introduced to her. The name is Madam Kanan Shah. I don't mind sharing her name. And she told me that this is the blank page and a pen. Whatever you feel like you write. I said, I don't know you. We are meeting for the first time. What is the purpose of you telling me to write? But he said, yeah, I mean, you are guest at my house, but I requesting you to write something, 5 sentences. And I wrote. And maybe after 2 minutes reading my page, he said, Tushar, do you know you can be a potential author? You can be a great author. And then I came to know, because when she revealed her identity as a graphologist, and that said 2-3 sleepless nights, and I thought that this industry has given me so much. It is my time to leave behind a legacy, reciprocate something back to the industry from where, from roots I have grown in my life as a medical representative. And that has inspired me to write this book. And rest is all. It is published, it is accepted, it is welcomed by the industry, Amazon, and all sort of things has happened. So everything in life happened to me accidentally, whether it is author, whether my cousin visiting my home during my final year BSc vacation. So I came into the pharma industry. I became author, though that substance I had in me, but it was my potential in me, hidden potential in me was identified by Madam Kanan Shah, graphologist, who inspired me to write a book, and I wrote it.
That's excellent, sir. That's really very nice. That's wonderful. Now, sir, with regard to friends, how do you think you would define friendship? Have your friends been very honest and genuine with you? Or did you have to face a backlash or maybe backbiting from your friends, criticism, hatred?
See, usually I am forgiving in nature because at times you give more weightage to bonding rather than particular incidents which happens to you. But friends or a people, those who have breached my trust, those who have cheated me, or those who have put me in a difficult situation, they don't deserve second chance.
Excellent. And I like this. This is a big message
Yeah.
Anybody putting you in a difficult situation doesn't deserve a second chance. Excellent. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I tell. Well, I mean, see, the biggest weakness I possess as a person is trusting all, because I believe that by doubting every individual, you are discarding their strength, perhaps which may be complementing with you. So I trust people easily. Yeah, it's a mix of experience. There are people who ditch me. There are people, those who have taken advantage out of me. There are people, those who are too materialistic. They approach you when they are in trouble or they need your help. But at the same time, I have classical people, uh, which I feel I have to remain with them, irrespective of all odds till eternity. And there are quite some, very few, handful. But yes, and I live. The day when they will ditch me, I think the friendship word will not exist for me. But I don't think they will.
Yes, that's nice. Thank you for sharing your views on friendship. And you've given a wonderful message, a big takeaway from there. That yes, people who are undeserving don't deserve a second chance. They shouldn't be given a
Correct.
second chance, because again they'll repeat the same thing and they'll put
Yeah.
in a tight spot. Most of them do that. Now, sir, what do you have to say about gender equality?
See, basically, my wife tells me that I'm more comfortable with females. I don't know why. But maybe she's right. You know, the first organization, GIFIC, which I joined, Andrea, we had in Mumbai team around 30 people. And out of 30 people, I'm talking this of late 90s, that is 1986, which was my first job. Out of 30 people's team in Mumbai, 18 were females. 18 were females. So gender equality, people are talking now. But I believe, and I have experienced gender equality ever since I have started my career. Even when I grown at the level of leadership, I always used to encourage females to be part of my team. My sales managers, my zonal managers, or my national sales manager, they say, "Sir, ladki ko nahi lena hai." I don't know why. I said, "Why?" They said, "Nahi, they have limitations." I said, if we look at the limitations, it's like seeing glass half full or half empty, right? So I said, if you look at glass half empty, I must call you a pessimistic manager. You are looking faults and negativity in all the gender, which is not right. I said, look at the glass which is full, which is communicating to you optimistic and a positive things in life. And I tell you, whenever I made a choice in selecting a female gender in my team, they have always performed as good as or better than guys. So if you ask me about gender equality, it's really perfect. Earlier, today or yesterday, I was reading something where decade ago, the leadership position or a female in a professional life world over was just 22%. Today it is 39%. So good that world is realizing the importance of female, women empowerment, and I think it is a nature that they deserve respect.
Thank
And
you.
I respect women. Maybe it's my professional life or whether it's my personal life. I mean, these values I have inherited not only from my family right from childhood, because two siblings, both are sisters. I am the youngest, the only child. But my dad or my mom they loved me more, but they have never, discriminated just because of gender. And that I exactly did. My wife is working, and in our culture, Gujarati culture, they used to believe that my mother has never worked. She's a housewife, but my wife is a finance professional, and she continued to work even today. And then neither my father has insisted that she should not work, nor my mother. On the contrary, my mother took a lot toll, managing family house and of course our daughter. So that's the freedom I enjoy, and I definitely feel that this equation, when you look at all the fronts, even in the institution like IIM and various management institute, the female, and even a merit list of an education, the females are scoring over men. And fine, we have to wait and support this gender so much that, equality is truly justified.
Very true, sir. Thank you for that empowering speech. Thank you so much for empowering us and creating gender equality on this platform. Encouraging gender equality, I would put that. Now, dear sir, have you ever come across or confronted a wild animal? It could be a wild reptile as well. I mean, a snake or maybe a crocodile or some wild animal. Did you ever come across something like that?
See, we used to play a lot of marbles during childhood. And, one of the marble went in the house of a rat. Innocently, I put my hand and I got a very big bite on this finger, and it kept on bleeding profusely. Yeah. So honestly speaking, I am afraid of rats.
So the rat bit you?
Yeah, badly. I had to take injections, and then my mother said that you play marble, but don't put your hand wherever you lose a couple of marbles. It's all right. See how badly you are bitten. You had to take injections and all. But yeah, I'm afraid of rats, honestly, because it's a childhood phobia, It doesn't go easily.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing that incident. Now, sir, did you pick up the marble, or did you get the marble in your hand and got bitten, or before you could pick the marble?
No. Before my hand reaches to marble, I was bitten badly. So neither I got the marble, but I was bitten badly.
Yes, I get that. So now you've spent a lot of time on the professional side, 37 plus, almost 4 decades, we could say.
Yeah.
Like, what needs to be changed? Where do you think a change has to be brought about in the pharmaceutical industry? Is all fine with it, or do you think somewhere there should be some minor changes?
See, to be very honest with you, maybe not only it's my encounter, many decisions in the pharmaceutical industry at perhaps all the levels, a lot of biases and favoritism exist. I think that needs to be eliminated. Unfortunately, the hierarchy which is set up in the organization, entrepreneurs and the top management doesn't get into this nitty-gritty. Secondly, I may sound very blunt, but HR professionals, they follow the instruction of business heads. But one company where I have worked, where in Ranbaxy, where HR was extremely powerful. Even if your boss or a leader, I differentiate boss and leader. I mean, they are not same, because those who can be leaders, they can never be boss. And those who are a boss, they can never be leaders. So I'm pretty clear the difference between bosses and leaders. So, you have encountered these. Unfortunately, the sad part that many times organization interests are kept at bay and favoritism and biases are supported up to the extent where organization interest is defeated. Now, this noise may be reaching on top, may not be reaching on the top, but yes, there are certain loyal, committed, and capable people are getting affected because of this biases and favoritism. I think that needs to be challenged, that needs to be handled, and HR has to take a front seat in managing this menace. That's what I can say.
Very true, sir. You brought out something very, prevalent in the society, especially you could say the corporate industries, you could call it the pharmaceutical industry or anywhere. There's lots of favoritism going on. It could be schools and colleges as well. It could be a corporate institution as well. It is prevalent and we have to remove it out from the root, flush it out. Yes. Because, the right kind of talent, the right kind of people who really fit into that role are not getting the chance to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. I get that very clear. Now, sir, have you ever found yourself depressed anytime with regard to either personal incident or a professional one? Did you feel yourself stuck in depression?
I would not use the word depression because I have my style of managing stress. See, whenever I'm upset, whenever I feel that there is injustice to me or I have been betrayed, I go off for a day or two, taking official leave. This is professionally. And then understand, analyze, also try to put myself in a shoe of an opposite person who has misbehaved with me or who has done this to me, and go with the proper frame of mind on the third day, taking time of my senior who has done it, and discussing, thrashing out the issues. And many times it has helped. There are situations where it doesn't help, but I always express, because if you are taken for a ride or a granted in any situation, if you express very vocally, next time that person will not take chance to take you for granted. So you need to express, you need to speak out, maybe tone, maybe approach. I have always used, as per my value system and upbringing, what I have learned from my parents. But even in a personal scenario, unless and until opposite person made realize what mistakes they have committed, I look up for proper time, situation, and then communicate. Many times it happens in a personal situation, I simply go out, because if opposite person is doing something and if you revolt, at that time the consequences may not be in your good interest or a relationship good interest. So it's better to walk out. By the time you come, the person who has misbehaved with you, they become calm, cool. They might realize their mistake. So that's the way, I spend time. I go to movie, I go for shopping, I go out to eat something in a restaurant, and I make myself comfortable rather than getting into this. But that does not mean that I've accepted that behavior. I may express at a right point of time in a right situation.
Very true, sir. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing. Because we've seen many of the youngsters out there, the youth, they often complain or they often say that they are into depression. Something or the other, they say, I am depressed. I'm not okay. I don't gel with people. But I think what you've shared just now, how to deal with certain difficult situations, really makes sense.
Yeah, and a lot depends on individual's upbringing. And secondly, the values which I'm not saying all the parents must be imparting positive value system only. But nowadays, Andrea, you have a lot of peer pressure. You remain with your friends and your peers more than your family. And with both the parents taking tall claim in terms of earning, and they are professionally occupied, perhaps they are not able to devote adequate time towards children upbringing. maybe this could be one of the things. And all the necessity in life, right from technology to money, you get. So you live in such a manner that never you will never be told no by parents, whether it's a money, whether it's something in kind. And world is moving towards omni child rather than having two children. So siblings are also missing. So there are no shoulder for nowadays children to cry or express their difficulty. So that's why the depression is significantly higher. And second thing, they want to achieve the ladders in absolutely shortcut manner. They don't want to follow the process. They don't have patience. They think that they have graduated from the best of university, so they should become a vice president and a senior vice president at age of 28 and 30. And that's all calls for depression. And when situation comes of setbacks, they are not in position to handle.
Yes, that's really true, sir. That's nice. Thank you for sharing your input on that. What is it that you love about Tushar?
I love about my authenticity, because that's the attribute, which permits you to live life as per your terms rather than pleasing the society. That's what I can say about me in short.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Sir, how would you want people to remember Tushar? And why should people remember Tushar?
Well, I think whenever people wants to remember me, people wants to recall about Tushar, I want people to remember me of my unwavering commitments toward my values of kindness, empathy, and integrity. Secondly, whenever I have made an attempt in my life, I have always made an attempt to transform or make difference in people's life. Ultimately, I aim to leave behind a legacy of kindness, empathy, and integrity, and that will make the differences not only in the people's life, but that will make a significant difference in changing the world.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Sir, would you like to share a favorite quotation or a proverb?
Yeah, educating mind without educating heart is not at all education.
Super. Excellent.
That's all we often say, and that's what often I told the people working with me closely, that classical example of rational and emotional connect. And that's why the emotional intelligence nowadays is always referred in any forum, whether in India, internationally, TED show, talk show, wherever you go, emotional intelligence plays major role. Then result will subsequently follow. If you cannot treat people in a dignified manner, irrespective of their class, creed, and color, perhaps however educated you are, it doesn't make sense to me.
Very true, very true, sir. Very true. What about your association with pets? Do you love pets? Are you a pet parent?
It's a very emotional question, Andrea, you are posing to me. If at all somebody I love the most and my aim of living is my daughter, only daughter. She loves pet, so I love pets.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's the way I can put it across. We right from the childhood, we never had pets in our house. My daughter, she kept on growing, and when she was in a college, she was gifted a Swiss rat by her friend, knowing that she loves pets, and that pet remained with us for almost 9 months. And currently in Australia, she stays alone. She is a permanent resident of Australia, and she has She has a pet. She has a dog, which she loves the most. And she says, Dad, you must call yourself as a grandfather of Benji. Her dog name is Benji. So whenever we call and interact, first we have to say hi to Benji, and she doesn't mind if we tell hi to her later. So where your heart lies, so that is the answer I can give. I love my daughter and my love daughter pets, so I love pets.
Wow, that's beautiful. Excellent. I like the way you put it. And lots of love to your daughter and to Benji as well, and to you and your entire family. That's wonderful,
Yeah.
sir. Excellent. So now I'd like you towards the end to share, before we go into the rapid fire round, I'd like you to share or give a beautiful message to all those youngsters who would like to join the pharma industry. What is that one message or one liner or maybe a beautiful message that you'd love to convey on this platform to all of them?
Perhaps pharmaceutical industry has never gone a recession. IT industry is, finance industry is, technology industry is, automation, yes, but pharmaceutical industry has never gone a recession. There is not a single organization during a tough time of COVID, in spite of no sale, everyone was paid full salary. So when it comes to a security, this is the best industry to work with, number one. Number two, I have started my career in pharmaceutical industry as a medical representative. At that time, I was just a BSc graduated. Along with my job, I have advanced my academics and achieved the level which was required in any pharmaceutical company to step into a brand management. And I did it. And then I rose time to time. I changed the companies, and no consultant has made any money out of me, by word of contribution, word of mouth, I kept on changing the jobs. That is the one thing. Second thing, you have huge opportunity in the pharmaceutical industry. Maybe I cannot comprehensively tell you in one line, but you have in quality control, you have in legal, you have in finance, you have in regulatory, you have in sales, you have in marketing, you have in medical. So there are variety of jobs which pharmaceutical industry can offer you. And there are huge tree which you can climb if you are dedicated, committed, and you are focused. So that's the message I can give. This is the best industry. I don't want to sell my book in this interview, but my book is a comprehensive guide for all the freshers, those who have entered into a pharmaceutical industry. If they buy my book and read it, perhaps they know what the pharmaceutical industry is. An amazing industry to be part of.
Excellent, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that on a positive note. That yes, there are many avenues open in the pharmaceutical industry. There is a big tree where you could scale up and you could rise up to the top level position. Thank you, sir, for that. Thank you very much. Now we go on the rapid fire round, which will take another 10 minutes from you.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. My dear friends, join us on the special round called as the rapid fire round to get to know about the likes and dislikes of our celebrity and guest is Mr. Tushar G Naik, joining us all the way from Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Sir, your favorite breakfast?
Omelette.
Do you prepare it yourself or somebody prepares it for you?
Sometimes yes, sometimes I eat it outside. But orange juice along with omelette is my favorite breakfast.
That's really nice. Sir, your favorite month?
August. I was born in August.
Maybe know the day?
31st August.
Wow, that's really nice. So, what is the one thing that you love about your job?
Passionate. I am too passionate about my job. Involves a lot of challenges and learning. And it gives you an opportunity to develop a domain expertise, which I have, whichever domain I have handled during my journey in the pharmaceutical industry.
What is it that you hate about your job?
It's not I hate. I get impatient when you are enthused about launching the product and regulatory approvals doesn't come on time. There are certain situations where you have given certain approvals to be cleared by top management and there is a delay. Neither the query comes nor approval comes. That makes me a little impatient. But there is nothing specific which I hate about my job.
Yes. What is that one thing you love to eat in Mumbai? What is it? Is it the vada pav or is it something else?
Bombay, see, basically, I'm a fish lover. So any opportunity I get outside my house, because being a Brahmin family, eggs are not even allowed at home. So I very curiously waiting for an opportunity to eat fish. And whenever I get an opportunity, I eat fish. So I love to eat fish because Bombay offers you amazing sea fish. I am a rare exception who loves sea fish and a river fish both. So fish in any form, I would love to eat anytime.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. Is it comfort or style?
Mix of both.
Very honest on that and very true. That's really nice. Are you an early riser or a night owl?
Both.
As the situation demands.
As situation demands. But usually nowadays, I start my day around 5:30. And a cricket lover, so IPL is going on. So I watch the match till the last ball. It's very interesting and exciting game. So it hardly matters who lose or who wins. But you love enjoying cricket.
By the way, the World Cup India lost to Australia. How did you feel?
Yeah, it's been disappointing because it was a very, very great performances and India didn't lose even a single match. Maybe when you talk about any games, whether it's cricket or anything, that particular moment in a day, you have to play your best game. And if you don't, then others may encash. And that particular day when we lost the final, Australia played perhaps the best game. That's what I can say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dear sir, salty, sweet, spicy or sour food?
Spicy, never. Mixed blend of food is fine. Sweet, touch wood, I am a pill free, even at this age. But love to eat sweets, but which I have reduced substantially, only occasionally. Not very frequently. Otherwise,
name the sweet. Which sweet you said?
Any sweet.
All sweets. Okay.
All sweets I like. But nowadays I have reduced substantially. Not that I am having some health issues. But as time passes, I think I am managing balanced diet in order to prevent any major illness at this age.
Very true. And that's very tough, to avoid eating sweets. You feel like cheating and eating something. With me, that's why I'm sharing.
Correct.
दिल बोलता है खाने के लिए, लेकिन कैसे रोक पाए अपने आप को वो भी नहीं मालूम.
It's difficult at times.
Yes, we have to take control of that. Yes, sir. Now, sir, do you think life is all about money or happiness? What is it?
See, you can't live without money nowadays, number one. But I also don't believe that money can buy happiness. It is state of mind. Without money, see, morning I go for a walk. I walk 4 kilometers a day in a park, which is just adjacent to where I sit with a group of people, so hilarious, so natural, without any expectations. We don't spend money over there. We exchange views. We do some neuronal and clapping exercise every day. And that makes you happy. Secondly, when you go for a round and some senior citizen needs to cross the road and you help them and assist them to crossing the road, and you get happiness. So money can't buy everything. Money can't buy sleep. Money can't buy your good health. And money can't buy your happiness.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. Thank you very much. And thank you for being so patient. May I now know the best gift that you've received till date?
My daughter from my wife.
What a lovely answer. That's really
And,
nice.
and she keeps on asking me on anniversaries and birthday that, hubby, what do I buy for you? I said, you have gifted me my daughter, or our daughter rather. I don't think anything will be as precious as her. So it's fine, nothing.
That's really nice. You're a wonderful father, a wonderful human being, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
So, towards the end of the session, I'd like to request you to give us 3 gifts in the form of 3 powerful words that could empower our lives. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we put in a request to all the celebrities and guests to share 3 magical words as a parting gift to the International Fabtalks.
Integrity, passion, and commitment.
Integrity, passion, and commitment. They were just so ready, just got that quick.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Integrity, passion, and commitment. That will take you a long way. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir. There are still so many questions to ask you, but I know time is very important for you. I've taken a lot of your time. Looking forward to many more interactions with you in the near future as well. You're a wonderful, warm person, and you respect others. That's what. You have no ego issue. I've been interacting with you. You're very polite, very humble. And that's the takeaway for all of us and for me too.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. And Fabtalks, and you in particular as a person, Andrea, thank you very much for considering my profile for an interview and a discussion. I've enjoyed this evening interacting with you, and my gratitude to Fabtalks.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Dear friends, with this, we'd like to come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today, dear friends. Join us tomorrow again with our new guest. But today we had a wonderful time with Tushar sir, who shared a lot about the pharmaceutical industry, his views on life. Do us a favor, do share this video with the right kind of people. There may be somebody out there who would want to hear all of this, who want to be empowered by the wisdom that was shared today on the International Fab Talks with Mr. Tushar sir. And of course, if you like what the International Fab Talks is doing, connect with us, bond with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear friends, for being a part of our journey. Stay safe and stay connected.